A 22-year-old is in critical condition tonight after being shot by officers on Jacksonville Southside.
JSO says a couple called 911 saying their grandchild was threatening them with a gun. Officers say when they arrived at the home on Klein Road, the suspect, Kiana Atkinson, refused orders.
Officers tried using a taser on Atkinson, but they were not successful, and that's when law enforcement says Atkinson pulled out a gun, firing one shot at officers before they fired back.
Channing Curtis joins us live from that neighborhood where this is all happening, and the officers are saying that they have responded to that house for several mental health calls in the past. Channing.
Jeannie, that's exactly right. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, they have responded to 8 mental health calls at this exact address. Now, neighbors in the area tell me that they weren't aware of any issues stemming from this home. As a matter of fact, they tell me that this is a relatively quiet neighborhood.
We really don't have activity like that, and then just to see all of these police cars up and down the street, it was kind of scary.
Iris Milk Cruz has lived on Klein Road for the last 5 years. She says it's usually a very quiet neighborhood, but on Sunday evening, she says she heard gunshots and saw a swarm of police cars just outside her home.
The only thing we heard was just some gunshots, and then my mom saw through the window what was going on, and we saw someone on the street. We just saw the policemen like on top of them and then trying to rescue them, and then we saw ambulance and a whole bunch of cop cars came and then closed all the street.
During a press briefing on the shooting, officers said they responded to 8 mental health calls from that address. Mark Bachman, our crime and safety expert, says even in a mental health situation, sometimes it's too dangerous to bring a counselor out on the call.
That mental health counselor can't be put into play in this situation because of the inherent danger and threat. You're putting somebody unarmed out there, and law enforcement just won't do that.
The sheriff's office says the suspect, 22-year-old Kiana Atkinson, is still recovering and in critical condition.
So sometimes pepper spray doesn't work, sometimes the taser doesn't work, and you're at the point where you've tried everything you can, less than lethal, and now the individual is pulling out a gun and firing around.
Now, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, this is the 11th officer-involved shooting so far this year. The officers who fired their weapons are on administrative leave while the investigation continues. Reporting from Jacksonville, Channing Curtis, First Coast News on your side.